Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for tuning in today. Hope you're having a good day. Started off in a good way. And if you were fumbling around with your radio and you came across the show, thanks for doing that. If it was an accident, stick around. You never know. We might say something that will help you. That can happen. My guest today will be Dr. Hector Lopez. Dr. Lopez will be along here in a little bit. And as always, I encourage you to call the show. A lot of people listen to this show, and, more brains are better than one. So a lot of the people that listen to this show, there are many that know a lot about health, wellness, and well-being. A lot of professionals listen to the show, doctors, nurses, healthcare givers, providers. Yeah. So 877-897-8255. That's a toll-free number, 877-897-TALK. Yeah, so here we are in the middle of summer, and this is a time of year where people are on a diet, right? They're want to go on vacation, people getting married. They bought that new bathing suit, and they're trying to get into it. So dieting is a big deal. And then, of course, people that are in that business, they exploit that, and then you see all these different diets emerge, one diet after another. These weight loss diets is what I'm talking about. And most of the time, they don't work. Short run, yes. Long run, not so much. And when you're working with people and trying to getting them to lose weight, I think one of the most ineffective things that you can do is start to move, trying to get them to stop eating certain foods and to eat other foods. And sometimes even the best of intentioned experts will try to get the client or the patient to eat foods that they don't like. And just to tell somebody, oh, it's a healthy food, therefore, here go, eat it. It'll, that's about as persuasive. I mean, that's not persuasive. And when you even if you can get some compliance, it's not going to last. Usually it won't last. And people will fall back or resort to what they were accustomed to eating and what they like to eat, healthy or not. It's just, they're habituated. So, Baylor University, some researchers took a look at this issue. And Dr. Meredith David, assistant professor of marketing at Baylor, she was the lead author on the study, saying no to cake or yes to kale. Was the title. Pretty clever. There's more to the title. Approach avoidance strategies in pursuit of health goals. That's exactly right. Approach avoidance. And Dr. David makes an argument, and I agree with her, that dieters, either by their choice or by the coaching or recommendation or suggestive of some so-called professional, use the wrong strategies to lose weight. And one strategy that's wrong-headed is they're told or they decide on their own to ditch their favorite foods. They're going to get rid of them. And they're going to replace them with healthy options. The problem is oftentimes those healthy options are not very desirable. I mean, you put down a piece of cake or some kale in front of somebody, more often than not, what do you think they're going to reach for? It depends on the person, but they're going for the cake, no? And conversely, successful dieters, one strategy that's been known to work is to add healthy foods to the diet and foods that people like to eat. That's why this business of adopting, certain ways of eating, just generally, whether that's the Mediterranean diet, the Okinawan diet, the Paleolithic diet, whatever the diet may be. And some of those are not weight loss diets, they're just ways of eating. And to say that just because it's healthy, that's the diet you should, way of eating, or the weight loss diet you should adopt, not necessarily. What if you don't like the food that constitutes that diet? You're not gonna stick with it. This isn't complicated. I'm sorry, it's not complicated, but the obvious often escapes us, right? I prefer the Mediterranean diet. That's what I was raised on. That's what I've consumed my whole life. And I got lucky. It's a good way to eat. It's a healthy way to eat, pretty much. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of studies that will tell you that. You'll have to take my word for it. But I'm not going to impose that on everybody. This is the way you should eat. Well, that's foolish. And to have success with people in either transitioning them to a healthy way of eating or to a diet plan, they have to like the food. So, again, this is common sense. So Dr. David said, our research shows that instead of creating rules to avoid one's favorite treats, dieters should focus on eating healthy foods that they enjoy. I agree with her. Dieters who restrict themselves from consuming the foods that they love most may be setting themselves up for failure. Instead, she said, they may be better off allowing occasional treats and focusing attention on healthy foods they enjoy and making it a point to include those tasty but healthy foods in their diet, close quote. The challenge comes in finding those foods. And sometimes it's trial and error, and sometimes you can get some direction from a registered dietitian or a nutritionist, and so on. And one strategy that I like when you were trying to get somebody to, let's say, lose weight, and you're trying to use nutritional principles to help them instead of some gimmick weight loss diet, is when you initially start, don't necessarily start on changing what they're eating, but how much. You say, just continue to eat what you're eating, but let's talk about what you're eating, and let's try to reduce the consumption a little bit. Start there. And that leads to calorie restriction, and that, to me, that's very effective. People can typically manage that. Nevertheless, the outcomes of their research, they did 3 studies. There were 542 people in the study, and they said that it hinged on a person's level of self-control. And then let me quote her again. Dr. David said, in coming up with plans to enhance one's health and well-being, low self-control individuals tend to set themselves up for a harder pathway to success by focusing on avoiding the very foods they find most tempting. She said, our data reveals that individuals who are generally more successful at reaching their goals tend to develop more motivating plans regarding the inclusion of healthy, well-liked items and the exclusion of unhealthy items that are not one's favorites. And again, you can lose weight on many of these weight loss diets initially. And one of the fundamental principles of nearly virtually all these weight loss diets is calorie restriction. I mean, that's how they're working. They restrict the calories. They're controlling or managing calories. And people get, the cabbage diet, this diet. Some of these diets are so stupid, right? And you're thinking, oh, it must be the cabbage. No, man, you're eating less. If you're only eating cabbage or grapefruit, if that's all you're eating, what do you think's going to happen? Come on. What is it? The Russian soldier diet. I mean, you can't make this stuff up.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace, for a good night's rest naturally.
Are you suffering from those awful allergies? Hay fever, sneezing, watery eyes. Here's some advice you won't want to miss.
I'm a doctor, and my patients used to dread allergy season. But then I discovered A-Vogel Allergy Relief, a unique combination of natural ingredients that usually addresses every one of my patients' symptoms. And while it's clear that the vast majority of my patients benefit significantly from A-Vogel Allergy Relief, what's even more amazing is that after using it, at least half of my patients' symptoms didn't return. As a doctor, that's the kind of outcome my patients and I can appreciate.
Get doctor-recommended A-Vogel Allergy Relief for your allergy symptoms. It's proven safe, it doesn't make you drowsy, it's fast-acting, and it may even help prevent your allergies from returning. Available at vitamin discount centers, Richards, Rollin' Oats, Vitamin Shop, Nutrition Smart, and other fine health food stores.
Energy, energy, and more energy. Everyone needs it. But did you know you can get the energy you need quick through the powers of wild forest extracts? Wild chaga and birch bark were a secret source of energy and power for Russian athletes years ago, making them unbeatable. Now you too can experience real energy and power like you've never dreamed possible. Wild chaga is the world's top source of SOD, superoxide dismutase, that critical enzyme that blocks the aging process and keeps your cells healthy. Wild birch extract is the world's top source of betulin, a natural sterol needed by every cell of the body. And healthy cells mean a healthy you, and a more powerful one too. Chaga birch bark is also good for your heart, healthy cholesterol, and even helps build healthy arteries. No wonder it's known as the king of all herbs. So take your Chaga Charge tea with wild birch bark every day and Chaga Max capsules from North American Herb and Spice and get that maximum energy you need. Also available in liquid as Chago Power Drops. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Did you know that the most common form of calcium supplement today is calcium carbonate, also known as limestone? You don't eat rocks as part of your balanced diet, so why would you choose to supplement your bone health nutritional needs with limestone? Our bodies understand and seek whole food sources of nutrition. New Chapter is proud to deliver Bone Strength Take Care, a calcium complex that delivers key bone health nutrients in the form of whole food, not rocks. Bone Strength Take Care also delivers key bone-nourishing nutrients, including vitamins D3 and K2. Vitamin K2 is of critical importance as it ensures calcium is placed in the bone where it's needed and stays out of the arteries where it's not. Discover for yourself the whole food bone health alternative to rocks. Bone Strength Take Care, the best-selling natural bone health supplement in America. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Urban Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show, and whatever you may be doing. Where are we in the week? Is it Thursday today? Oh man, I'm lost.
Yeah, it's Thursday for sure.
Jeez, where did the week go?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It went by quick.
Dr. Lopez will be my guest today. I have a couple things I'm going to spring on him. He's good though. He can handle it. You can ask him hard questions. He's prepared. We'll see what. And I'm sure. Yeah, we're going to be talking about the system in your body called the endocannabinoid system. It doesn't even appear in anatomy books. In my anatomy and physiology class, the word endocannabinoid never showed up. They need to rewrite those books, I think. Well, that's a story for another day. Okay, so we don't realize sometimes how certain factors influence what we eat, how much we eat, where we eat, with whom we eat, and so on. And with children typically have a hard time gauging how much to eat, right? And what we know is whatever you put on the plate, however much food you put on the plate, they're most likely going to eat it. This study that I came across this morning, kind of interesting in that how much children ate was influenced in this study by how hungry the parents were. The hungrier the parents were at meal times in the study, the more they fed their young children. Right? Now, who would be thinking about that? Well, if you give researchers enough time, give them enough time on their hands, they're going to figure things out and they're going to work on stuff. And yeah. So this was it was a pilot study, and I want to remind you of that. This was not it was a convenience sample. There was about 30 children in the study. There were ages 3 to 6, and their moms were in the study. And it's from a university not far up the road from here, from Tampa, at University of Florida. It's I don't know, about an hour away or so. And the researchers asked the mothers in the study to rate their hunger, as well as their child's hunger prior to a meal. Among women who were overweight or obese in the study, those who rated their own hunger higher also tended to perceive their children's hunger as being higher as well. So they were projecting onto the child that their own hunger condition. All right, so as it turns out, if you give the child larger portions, they're going to eat more food. I mean, this isn't complicated either. This study appeared in the Journal of Human Nutrition and Dietetics, pretty good journal. And one of the researchers in the study, the lead investigator, Dr. Sarah Stromberg, clinical psychologist, she's a doctoral student. How about that? She said, because young children have difficulty recognizing when they are full, the more food they are presented at mealtime, the more they are likely to eat. So, and by the way, the women in the study that were overweight or obese, they tended more so than other women in the study, to even give more food to the kids. Imagine that. So, again, it's a pilot study, and it's just a way of reminding, you have to be careful not to project onto children, your own state of hunger or your food preferences. Now, children get introduced to food. I mean, who does that? Their parents do that. And their relationship with food is in large measure shaped by their parents and others in their life that are feeding them. But children will gravitate towards certain foods. We know that. But you have to introduce foods to them that, that will eventually, again, shape their relationship with food, which begins in utero, by the way, which I've talked about on the show. Epigenetically, we know this now. So how much you eat, just be aware that maybe you may be famished, but maybe the child isn't. And so just be mindful of that, just bringing it to your attention. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Dr. Hector Lopez is my guest. Dr. Lopez is on the medical board for CV Sciences, and Dr. Lopez is a researcher and always working at that. I always like to have guests on the show that engage in research, know what they're doing, know what they're talking about. I'm going to talk about the endocannabinoid system generally, and cannabidiol, and came across an article published back in 2004. Dr. Lopez is probably familiar with it. Clinical endocannabinoid deficiency. So they were this conversation about endocannabinoids and endocannabinoid system, cannabidiol. The conversation that we're having right now, people might assume, well, this just happened out of the blue. It's been going on for a little while, but now it's getting more attention. It's more in the public arena, and it's appearing on shows such as mine. And it's interesting. It's an interesting topic. Trying to get people's attention and keep them focused on it is another matter. It's not so easy because it does get a little complicated, but we'll try to make it clear and simple. You understand it.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement, or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation, so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace, for healthy sleep naturally.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering, you're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Hector Lopez is my guest today, and we're gonna focus on cannabidiol and endocannabinoid system. You may be familiar with that system, maybe you're not. And there's always, this is a relative, the conversation as it is now unfolding is new to many people, maybe most. Others have been talking about this and studying it for a long time. Nevertheless, we're trying on the show to introduce this idea and educate ourselves about this system and its implications in our health, wellness, and well-being. And Dr. Lopez is on the medical board of CV Sciences. He's also a researcher, has his own research company, and does interesting work for companies, consults, and does clinical trials. And so you have a real researcher on the show for a change, right? That's good. Dr. Lopez, welcome to the show. It's great to have you on.
Hey, Doc. How are you? Great to be on.
How are you today?
Doing great. Doing fantastic.
Where are you?
Now that I'm chatting with you, I'm doing great.
Where are you?
I'm actually in Central Jersey here again today in the Princeton area.
Okay. We'll want to talk about the endocannabinoid system. I referenced or alluded to an article back from 2004. Are you familiar with that piece?
Yes.
Clinical endocannabinoid deficiency.
Yes, sir, I am. Yes,
Okay.
I believe Dr. Russo is one of the co-authors in that piece, or at least he's referenced in there.
Yeah, Ethan. Yeah, Ethan Russo. You're right.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
You thought you were going to stump me on that, huh?
No, I'm not going to. No, I wouldn't. I can't stump you. I can always engage you, though. I can take you off topic, whereas what I'm going to do right now. There was, of course, my background, you come out of the natural sciences. You went to med school, and you probably took, what was your major in school? Undergraduate.
I actually double majored in molecular biology and nutritional sciences. Those were my two majors.
Okay.
And then I minored in exercise phys. Yep.
Okay, so there you go. And I come up, my background and training is primarily in the social sciences. Then later in my career, I moved over into your world. Now, in the world of social sciences, psychology, sociology, anthropology, communication, the way they talk about human behavior and the social construction of reality and all of that, you don't get much conversation about chemistry, immune systems, and how they're affecting social interaction, right?
Right.
In fact, there's resistance to that. Many researchers and scholars in the realm of social sciences resist the idea that everything about human beings can be explained by the natural sciences, that it's everything's highly, everything's pretty predictive, and it's all chemical reactions and all of that. There's a lot of resistance to that in the social sciences, that things are not as determined as the social sciences would like people to believe, or they would argue, and so you sort of get a feel for what I'm trying to say, right? That
Sure, and I think the truth is probably a little bit of both.
Somewhere in the middle.
Absolutely. I can appreciate somewhere in the middle. Yep.
Yeah, and they resist in the social sciences. Oftentimes, what's resisted are these explanations, these more natural science explanations to or theories to explain human behavior. Wow. Out of the University of Virginia Health System, there was a story trending over the past couple of days. Yesterday, it appeared, and these researchers they're on to something quite provocative, and what they're trying to do here is make an argument for, and try to show how the immune system is connected to the brain. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Now, at one point, it was believed that the brain was immune privileged. In other words, that it was operating independently of the immune system. And that view prevailed for quite a while.
Sure, for decades. Yeah.
Right. So now these researchers are saying maybe that's not the case at all, that the brain and the immune system, that the brain is not immune privileged, lacking a direct connection to the immune system. And so now they're trying to show that somehow through evolution and our contact with pathogens, and being that we're social creatures, of course, being social creatures and social behavior favors what? The pathogens, because that's how they get, that's one way to get that they get transmitted, no? So social behavior, social interaction favors pathogens. And I'm quoting, they say the relationship between people and pathogens, the researchers suggest, could have directly affected the development of our social behavior, allowing us to engage in the social interactions necessary for the survival of the species while developing ways for our immune system to protect us from the diseases that accompanies those interactions. Social behavior is, of course, in the interest of pathogens as it allows them to spread, close quote. So these researchers at UVA have shown that a specific immune molecule, interferon gamma, seems to be critical, they said, for social behavior, and that a variety of creatures, from flies, zebrafish, mice, rats, activate interferon gamma responses when they are social, which is interesting. Normally, they say this molecule is produced by the immune system in response to bacteria, viruses, or parasites. But they're finding that this particular molecule, or this particular immune molecule, gets inspired to appear in social behavior among these different species of animals. And they're now wondering, well, does that apply to humans as well? I just want to hear your take on that without going any further.
Well, first, I think that to head back to your point about the brain and the central nervous system being, quote unquote, immune privilege, you're right. I think that the issue is that for so long it was difficult to find many of the classical instruments or pieces of the immune system within many areas of the brain. And as such, I guess it was very easy for scientists, clinicians, and researchers to say, oh, that makes sense. It's because you don't want the brain to have all this access to the endogenous defense system, because obviously then you end up getting collateral damage, and you get collateral damage. That can't be good for the brain. However, oftentimes what's forgotten is, wait a minute, the immune system doesn't only communicate by direct cell-cell, tissue-tissue interaction. It really is communicating by a lot of other data, and that data is coming from hormones and cytokines and all these chemical compounds that are signaling.
All right, we'll be right back. We'll continue, and we'll get into cannabidiol.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our #1 ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
As a family-owned company since 1968, Now Foods has spent the last 46 years building a legacy in the natural health industry as a trusted leader. Now provides a comprehensive approach to wellness by offering more than 1,400 high-quality health foods, supplements, sports nutrition, and personal care products at an affordable price. Now believes that natural is better. They don't use artificial colors, flavors, or sweeteners, and they offer many vegetarian, organic, and gluten-free products. Their foods are all non-GMO. Since their beginning, Now has grown to become an award-winning leader in the natural health industry. But one thing has never changed: their commitment to providing the highest quality products at the best value to empower people to lead healthier lives. High quality doesn't have to mean high price. From essential oils to amino acids, multivitamins to natural sweeteners, Now has you covered. To find a store near you that carries Now products, or for more information, visit nowfoods.com. That's nowfoods.com. Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
The latest trend to hit the store shelves has the whole country buzzing. Cannabidiol, or CBD, might just be the greatest discovery of our generation, and it comes from a plant that is not so new: agricultural hemp. Yes, after 70 years of prohibition and misunderstanding, hemp is back to help you stay healthy and balanced. Growing research is showing that we have a lot to learn from the remarkable hemp plant. Nutrient-rich products like Plus CBD Oil's Total Plant Complex concentrated products provide broad-spectrum nutrition, including fatty acids, plant sterols, cannabinoids, terpenes, and naturally occurring vitamin E. From seed to shelf, all Plus CBD Oil products provide the highest quality hemp-derived CBD products available and are offered in a variety of delivery systems and flavors to suit your needs. Ask your local independent health food store about Plus CBD Oil products by CV Sciences today and learn more about the CBD evolution at pluscbdoil.com. That's pluscbdoil.com.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Alga Life, Algae for Life, CV Sciences, From Seed to Shelf, New Chapter, The Benefit of Nature's Wisdom, Yerba Prima, Pioneers in Internal Cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Dr. Hector Lopez is my guest. And not to have your eyes glaze over and lose you as an audience member, because it's something I don't want this topic to get too thick. This is sort of off topic that what Dr. Lopez wanted to talk about. But there was this interesting article that appeared where these scientists are trying to make a connection between the brain and the immune system. And a lot of the theoretical thinking for a long time was that the brain was immune privileged, meaning that the brain wasn't connected to the immune system, that it operated independent of it. And now that thinking is changing. You say, well, what does that have to do with me, and why would that be important? Well, let me see if we can get to that. Dr. Lopez, finish your thought, and then there's something I'll share with you.
Yeah, sure. No, so I think essentially what's important to realize is that the brain, although we used to think obviously it was immune privileged, I think it's better to just think of it as being immune different, meaning that it still responds, it still receives messages from the immune system, just not in the same fashion that the rest of our body deals with infection or pathogens or, as you were talking about before. Just because the brain doesn't have the classic lymphatic system that drains into lymph nodes that you find in the rest of our bodies, where, invaders or foreign pathogens such as viruses, bacteria, parasites, etc., are presented to the immune system and basically wake the immune system up and tell them, hey, you've got to, start your onslaught here in order to battle this potential infectious issue or this injury, etc. It just happens differently in the brain. Just because we didn't realize it or we didn't make the connection doesn't mean it was never there. It's still there. It's just different. And what you mentioned before about the pro-social behavior, increasing some of these hormones that activate the immune system, like interferon gamma and IL-6 and TNF-alpha, many of these other ones. I think it's very cool if you think about it, that it's basically both. It's almost an anticipation that, hey, if you're going to be around other individuals, you probably need to have your immune guard up, if you will. And I think it's just fascinating. Yet another example of this awesome machinery that is the human body.
Because social behavior evolved, the immune system evolved, and they didn't evolve compartmentally or otherwise isolated from one another. These different systems of the body and social behavior and were evolving probably simultaneously. I mean, these weren't happening one at a time. A lot of things were happening all at once over millions of years, right? So
absolutely.
What's interesting too is, you come from the natural sciences, I come basically from the social sciences, and those two worlds sometimes don't engage in hardly any discourse. And let me give you, I found an article from 1974. It sort of captures the point I was trying to make. And I'll quote from the article, and I'll give you the title in a second here in the author. It says, perhaps more in social life than in any other context, it has been proven an almost insuperable task for human investigators to think in terms of advantages and disadvantages primarily to individuals. Every thoughtful biologist has to be dismayed at the failure of the social sciences to acknowledge and absorb the principles of biology, as the biologists believe they have acknowledged and absorbed the principles of chemistry and physics. Yet biological principles most significant to the social scientists are the very ones that biology itself has only begun to accept on a wide scale. And they go on to talk about Darwin, close quote. That is an article from 1974, The Evolution of Social Behavior, by a guy named Richard Alexander. He worked in the Museum of Zoology and the Department of Zoology, probably some room in some big building someplace, right? All by himself.
He had plenty of time to think. He had plenty of time to think about how his body and brain were more intertwined and socially.
I know. And so I guess what this has to do with in terms of people listening and watching this show is that sometimes we don't understand ourselves the way we think we do, and we're so the interconnection among things, the systemic connection between and among all of the different elements of what we are and how we came to be. And people are just trying to get through the day and pay their electric damn bill, okay? And they're not thinking about this stuff. But we are human, and and evolution is what it is, and I think we're even more complicated than we understand, and sometimes it leads us to behaviors that are sometimes inexplicable, and we, watching the best and the worst of human nature. We see it last week. We saw all this, and people say, where does that all come from? How is it that we can be so almost binary, good and bad at the same time? Locke and Hobbes engaged in that conversation. John Locke said people are basically good. Thomas Hobbes, the philosopher, people are basically evil. How do we explain where did that all come from? And why are we the way we are, and so on? Those are the things that intrigue me, because those are part of health, wellness, and well-being as well. And they're just hard to talk about on talk shows because it runs people off. It's too thick, and the descriptions are too thick. You know what I'm saying?
Right. No, there's a lot to have to weed through in order to get to having this kind of meaningful discussion. But it's fascinating, right? When you think for so long, the article you brought up is a prime example of how the brain was thought of as being something that was divorced, if you will, from the rest of the body. There's the brain, and then there's the rest of the body. And likewise, there's the individual, and then there's the network of people, their social surroundings. I mean, everyone they're impacted by, their environment, their ecosystem, if you will. And at the end of the day, there really are incredible connections between all of these things. It's pretty fascinating.
And I had some of my colleagues in the world of communication, they would study animal behavior, social behavior, to learn more about human behavior. You study the behavior of bees, the behavior of ants, the behavior of wolves, the behavior of dolphins, and it becomes illuminating. It starts to give you ways to think about human behavior and human, people. One argument, an evolutionary argument, is that we develop these social adaptations so that we survived. That contributed to our survival. Without social behavior and working as groups, we would not have been able to survive as a species. Interesting to think about that. But nevertheless, we come back, we'll get on topic. I just wanted to drop that in. I know it's a little thick. I hope I didn't bore you with that, but we'll get to practical matters. Promise.
opinions, viewpoints, and promises made during the following program are not those of WHNZ AM, its staff, management, or parent company, iHeartMedia Incorporated.
Statements made during this broadcast regarding products or the claims made about specific products have not been evaluated by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration. Products and treatments discussed are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent disease. Make your physician aware of all nutritional supplements used and immediately notify your physician if you have any health concern or undiagnosed sign or symptom. Let's Talk Nutrition is a health talk show that features scientists, authors, nutrition specialists, personal trainers, holistic healers, and experts in traditional, natural, and integrative medicine. Listen for a chance to win daily prizes and follow Let's Talk Nutrition on Facebook and Instagram at Let's Talk Nutrition or on Twitter at LTN Radio. It's time for some inspiration. Tune in to get fit and healthy. It's time to talk about nutrition. Nutrition for your body, your mind, your spirit. It's time to talk about proper exercise, stress relief, eating well, and supplementation to help. Get ready to take charge of your health because your health is your wealth and the wealth of those who care about and love you. It's time for Let's Talk Nutrition with Dr. Michael Garko. Welcome to the show.
Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition. Thanks for stopping by today. My guest is Dr. Hector Lopez. Dr. Lopez is on the medical board for CV Sciences. CV Sciences, you can find their cannabidiol products in fine health stores throughout the United States. And if you're not familiar with cannabidiol CBD oil, stay tuned. And we'll try to illuminate the topic in such a way that you can determine whether or not you would want to include this in your CBD oil in your day-to-day regimen of supplementation, or just trying to take care of yourself and improve your health and improve your performance. And I didn't on this show, I don't just look at. We try to take really, and I don't want to even use the word holistic. That's so overused. We try to take a comprehensive approach to health, wellness, and well-being, and I'll draw on any discipline, on any kind of study, anything that can help us understand what health, wellness, and well-being mean, and where, how are they created, how are they sustained, how can they be reclaimed, what are the determinants of health, wellness, and well-being, what are the consequences of when they begin to wane, health, wellness, and well-being, how do they play into the narrative of our evolution as a species and an evolution of all species and our connection to them? How do they play out? How do these three dimensions play out as we age across the lifespan? I try to get at it any way I can to keep not for a lot of reasons. One, because that's how I see the world. Everything's interconnected. That's not an insightful observation. That's pretty fundamental. But it makes the conversation more interesting. If it were just about chemistry, physiology, biology, and so on, certainly you can make that entertaining, but it's health, wellness, and well-being are more than that. There's that other dimension. We are social creatures. We do behave, right? As do other species, even, and we're connected in way that those connections between the social determinants of health and the more biological, physiological, chemical determinants of health, wellness, and well-being, those come together. And it's hard to talk about it. I was trying to do that with Dr. Lopez, couldn't find a better guest to do it because he understands and appreciates. He's not real parochial about his approach to these conversations and ideological. He seems open to me, so I try to engage guests such as him in those kind of topics. I know they're difficult, but that's what I'm trying to do. If you understand where I'm headed here, that's what I'm trying to do on the show, to make the conversation a narrative. It's a bigger narrative than we think. You know, it's not just about supplements. It's not just about food either. You know? So I hope I'm explaining myself well and trying to reveal my intention. Dr. Lopez, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks.
So make your best case a pragmatic argument to take it out of that theoretical where we were here. What's the best pragmatic, practical, utilitarian argument you can make to the listener and the viewer of the show why they would want to listen to a conversation about cannabidiol, about CBD oil, about the endocannabinoid system? You can take that and do with that whatever you will.
Well, I think it's critical first to understand why cannabidiol and hemp-derived cannabinoids, why they're even in the conversation to begin with, and that's because we have a system within our body. It's known as the endocannabinoid system, and it's important to understand that this system is essentially it's a network of these fatty acid or lipid-based signaling compounds, their receptors, the receptors that they interact with, and a bunch of enzymes that can produce and break them down. And this is all endogenous, meaning that it happens within the body. And these are compounds that are cannabis-like in nature. And it's the same system that the compounds that are found in cannabis, such as THC and CBD or cannabidiol, that's the same system that these compounds in cannabis interacts with. Mm-hmm. So these receptors, the compounds that they interact with, all these, the network, if you will, is known as the endocannabinoid system. And there's a hypothesis that all humans, we all have an underlying endocannabinoid tone. So it's basically a reflection of the various levels of these compounds known as an endamide and 2-AG, to keep it short, or arachidonyl glycerol. These are the cannabis-like compounds that are produced within our body, that are metabolized, and they interact with a whole host of different systems within the body. They affect things like pain, inflammation, appetite, body temperature, stress responses, sleep health, mood, motivation, reward, even energy balance and metabolism, and even weight management. How our bodies interact with the calories or the nutrients that we take in. This is all influenced by the endocannabinoid system. So that's why it's important, because this system is very important, even though we don't hear about it, as you said, in biology class. We even clinical professionals really hadn't heard much about it over the last few decades until really just this past decade. Mm-hmm. And in theory, there are certain conditions that we hear about that may represent a clinical endocannabinoid deficiency, meaning a deficiency in either the receptors or the levels of these signals of these compounds, 2-AG or AEA. Things as simple as migraine headaches, fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome, glaucoma, post-traumatic stress disorder, bipolar disease, sleep issues, or issues with insomnia. These are all affected by the endocannabinoid system. Mm. So I think that's my best case for why it's important and why people should pay attention and at least be aware of it. I mean, they don't need to know the ins and outs of the endocannabinoid system, but at least be aware that, wow, there's this whole system that we've hardly heard about that can control all of these things within the brain, the liver, the immune system, the skin, even the heart to some extent, even
our emotions,
health.
Our emotions.
Yes, emotions, absolutely.
Our psycho-emotional life. What's interesting? We have this endocannabinoid system within our body, and some people get a little confused. They think that cannabis sativa, that herbaceous plant, they think that came first.
The special plant.
Right. And that somehow it's alien, it's just a plant after all. Turns out that within our body we have these very receptors that the plant you get my point here? How we're connected to that plant of all things, right?
Yes.
You can't make that up.
Connection is what we call, it's like biochemical serendipity.
You can't make that up, right? You got an endocannabinoid system in your body, and by the way, there's this plant this herbaceous plant that grows out there in the world that has these chemicals that hook up with this very system. Okay, we're in business. I go back. Dr. Lopez just made a pretty compelling argument as to why you should continue to listen and watch. We'll have him unpack this a little bit more.
At Country Life Vitamins, we've been helping people live happy, healthy lives since 1971, and we believe integrity should always be our number one ingredient. We are committed to this belief because you deserve high-quality nutrition, specifically crafted with the highest standards to support your health. Country Life's manufacturing facility is an NSF GMP-registered facility, as well as USDA certified organic, so you can feel good about the products you're taking. Country Life Vitamins is also the first supplement company in the United States to have a complete line of products certified gluten-free. That's over 500 products. Country Life Vitamins' pledge of integrity is based on 5 standards: authenticity, cleanliness, freshness, consistency, and accuracy. Ask for Country Life's top-selling products, such as Coenzyme B Advanced for increased energy or Flex Able for joint health. Country Life Vitamins' commitment to ensure all of our products are pure, wholesome, gluten-free supplements full of natural goodness provides peace of mind with the knowledge you are using a brand you can trust.
Feel tired, lethargic, or irritable? Take solace. You're one of millions of Americans that has trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. In fact, according to a national survey, 54% of adults have trouble sleeping. So what can you do about it? Take Solace. Solace is an all-natural dietary supplement formulated to support healthy sleep and relaxation. Solace can help you fall asleep and stay asleep naturally. Formulated with all-natural ingredients, Solace is non-addictive and won't leave you feeling groggy in the morning. Take Solace an hour before bed and feel the calming effects of this extensively researched sleep and relaxation aid. For more information on Solace, call toll-free 877-533-7066 or visit TakeSolace.com. That's 877-533-7066 or take SOLUS.com. Look for Solace in your local health and nutrition store. Solace for a good night's rest naturally.
The ever-increasing stress and toxicity we are exposed to from our environment, diets, and lifestyles make internal cleansing a necessary part of a good health regimen. Founded in 1980, Yerba Prima was the first company to launch a whole-body internal cleansing kit. Since that time, they have continued to develop and manufacture a complete range of all-natural, high-quality fiber and internal cleansing products. By using all-natural psyllium fiber and no harmful stimulant laxatives, all Yerba Prima fiber and internal cleansing products can be used over a long period of time to ensure optimal health and regularity. With nearly 30 years dedicated to all-natural cleansing products, it's easy to see why Yerba Prima is a leader in the fiber and cleansing products category. Learn more at yerbaprima.com, YERBAPRIMA.com, or visit your local health retailer. Yerba Prima, pioneer in internal cleansing products.
When you're passionate about your health, that passion leads to the knowledge that exercise and a healthy diet are not always enough. Sometimes you need the extra nutritional boost that only supplements can provide. If you are looking for the leading national brands of vitamins, supplements, health and beauty, weight loss, or sports nutrition products, look no further than Vitamin Discount Center. Voted best independent chain by Vitamin Retailer Magazine, Vitamin Discount Center has been a trusted and valuable nutrition resource to the Tampa Bay area for over 15 years. With daily savings up to 50%, Vitamin Vitamin Discount Center offers the best prices on the highest quality nutritional supplements. Not only will you find unbeatable value, your visit includes access to a staff educated on the application of products to help equip you with the products and information you need to proactively improve your health. To locate the store nearest you, visit vitamindiscountcenter.com, as well as access to articles on popular health topics, promotions, events, and thousands of products to shop from right at home. Your search for an affordable solution to better health is finally over. Vitamin Discount Center. For life, for less.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Now Foods. Our products work. American Biotech Labs, your daily immune system support. Renew Life, the digestive care company. Country Life, a leader and authority in natural health and nutrition. Enzymedica, the enzyme experts. North American Herb and Spice, the only oregano oil you can take on a daily basis. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Well, vitamin C deficiency is one thing. An endocannabinoid deficiency is a totally different matter. Welcome back to Let's Talk Nutrition. Never did I think we would be talking about an endocannabinoid deficiency. And if you were listening to Dr. Lopez, he was making an argument as to why this is important and how it, in a practical matter, would it be of relevance to you? And this conversation will become more and more, it will become like a conversation about vitamin C years from now. It's going to take a while. A lot of people are still early on the learning curve. Experts, I'm talking about, never mind just the general public. Hell, so I know people can't even spell endocannabinoid. 877-897-8255, including me. 877-897-897-TALK. And you heard Dr. Lopez. I mean, he really laid it out very nice. It was a very nice argument. You have these endogenous, meaning within your body, cannabinoid receptors. They're located in your brain and throughout your central and peripheral nervous systems. It's you, me, right? We have these receptors exist, and there are two primary ones. You'll hear Dr. Lopez talk about CB1 and CB2. CB1 is found primarily in the brain and nervous system, as well as the peripheral organs and the tissues. And CB2, that helps with the regulation of appetite, immune system functions, pain management. You're starting to see a picture here. You see why this system is so important. And it was not in my anatomy and physiology books. I don't think it was in yours either, Dr. Lopez.
No, you're right. It was not.
And I don't know when they're going to start to put that in the textbooks and start to teach it, because it's a real system. I mean, I don't get it. I don't know why. We know enough for them to include it in textbooks, don't we?
Oh, certainly, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of even preclinical science that's exploded. I mean, there's over, if you do a search on just cannabidiol, for example, I mean, there's over almost 2,000 hits on PubMed at this point, National Library of Medicine. So
now you alluded to or mentioned a number of health conditions, syndromes. You talked about how this deficiency can turn up and be associated with certain kinds of disorders and diseases. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. It's already been established that the endocannabinoid system, or cannabinoids, in one way or another, whether it's receptor expression changes, like you mentioned before, CB1 versus CB2 predominantly, or both, or the compounds that activate those receptors, the whole lock and key analogy thing, the key being the hormones and the locks being the receptors, and then all the enzymes that metabolize them, they have been found to be linked to many of those, actually all of those conditions that I mentioned before, and certainly all those systems.
Migraine headaches, fibromyalgia, irritable bowel syndrome. Did you mention glaucoma? Did you?
I did, yes.
Glaucoma. Maybe even psychological and mood disorders, for heaven's sake.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. And there's no doubt at this point. It's irrefutable that the system is involved in things like bipolar disorder, post-traumatic stress disorder, generalized anxiety disorders, major depressive disorders. Yeah, I mean, so psychobiology is hugely impacted by the system. And it's no surprise, right? I mean, with the preponderance of these receptors and these compounds found in the brain, particularly CB1, as you mentioned before, and CB2 receptors found mostly in the periphery, but also now in some areas of the brain.
So when people buy CV Sciences CBD oil, hemp-derived CBD oil, I mean, I guess people are catching on and they're taking it for a variety of different reasons, yeah?
Absolutely. I think, for CV Sciences and the over-the-counter nutritional product or food product, the hemp-derived cannabinoids that are rich in CBD, people are finding that it's helping to sustain the health and wellness of many of these same systems, right? So that means if you're looking to sleep better, well, it can help you potentially sleep better. If you're looking to have a sort of zen or wellness about your demeanor and trying to stay relaxed, if you're already relaxed, well, it can help you do that. If you're looking to combat some of the aches and pains associated with daily activities such as exercise or any day-to-day physically challenging activity, then, well, CBD can help potentially maintain those systems as well. So I have to be careful, of course, about how I discuss.
Yeah, you can't make medical claims.
Yeah, exactly. So no disease claims, no drug claims. We're talking about keeping healthy things healthier or making healthy things healthier.
Healthy things healthier, yeah. When you're talking about drugs, you don't have to do that. You can talk about sick people, making them better, but we're not talking about a drug. This is a nutraceutical, and CV Sciences, they're the makers of hemp-derived CBD oil, and you find it in fine health stores throughout the United States, and people are taking it for different reasons. It's interesting. It's amazing to me, Dr. Lopez, how people find out about things. They figure it out, and one thing leads to another, and then next thing you know, you say, where did they find that? Well, they were listening to Let's Talk Nutrition. That's how they found out.
Looking for the perfect complement to your beauty regimen? Try Form Essentials Zinnia. The finest of its kind, Zinnia offers twice as much biotin as other formulas, which has proven to unlock the vibrancy in even the dullest of hair, skin, and nails. Zinnia breaks through and rejuvenates cells internally, helping you achieve the allure of effortless beauty. Reviving your hair, skin, and nails has never been easier. This essential blend of biotin, alpha-lipoic, and hyaluronic acid, collagen, and vitamin C creates lasting enhancements to your natural good looks. Don't go on wondering. You're worth the results. This combination of ingredients can only be found in Zinnia. Pamper yourself with a proven bit of affordable luxury and start looking your best. Ask for Zinnia by name at your nearest vitamin retailer to begin your journey to restored nails, head-turning hair, and radiant skin today. For more information, visit formessentials.com.
When your alarm goes off, do you jump out of bed with excitement? Or does it take multiple alarms, a few snooze buttons, or a morning caffeine fix to get you going? These habits and daily stress cause a vicious cycle in which sleep becomes increasingly elusive. In fact, 54% of Americans report struggles to fall or stay asleep. For a better night's rest, look no further than Solace, an all-natural dietary supplement that supports healthy sleep and relaxation so you get the rest you need to wake up clear-eyed, alert, and ready for the day. Solace has given thousands a better night's rest and the power to take back their mornings while enjoying the day ahead of them. Solace is formulated with non-addictive, scientifically proven, all-natural ingredients that support sleep and relaxation, such as melatonin, tryptophan, and 5-HTP. For more information or to order Solace, visit takesolace.com. Solace for healthy sleep naturally.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by BSN, Finish First, Nordic Naturals, pure and great tasting omega oils, Jarrow Formulas, superior nutrition and formulation, Natural Factors, where great health begins, Kyolic, aging makes the finest garlic truly odorless, A. Vogel, Europe's leading brand of herbal medicine. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Welcome back. Welcome to Let's Talk Nutrition, wherever and however you may be listening or watching the show and whatever you may be doing. My guest is Dr. Hector Lopez. We're talking about CBD oil, and in particular CBD oil derived from hemp, and put into a dietary supplement now sold by CV Sciences across the United States. And you hear Dr. Lopez comment on how these endocannabinoid receptors throughout your body and that they're implicated in the structure and function of how we work, right? And there's no denying it. We just don't know much about it, relatively speaking, to other systems of the body, and it's not generally in the day-to-day discourse of health and wellness and well-being. It's becoming more so as we learn more, and you have shows such as mine that will feature it, take a chance and try to educate the consumer, i.e. you and me, both of us, about this system. And it's implicated in so many aspects of what we are. Everything from our appetite to energy balance and metabolism to our stress response, our social behavior, our immune function, and so on. Even autonomic nervous system, reproductive system, it goes on and on. Dr. Lopez, welcome back. Relative to the, as you know, in chemistry, cellular respiration is, some consider that to be the most important biological system, because without cellular respiration, we're not going anywhere, right? I mean, and I don't want to get into the weeds on cellular respiration, glycolysis, and the Krebs cycle and electron transport. Don't want to do that. But my point is, can you do you think the system, the endocannabinoid system, because when you're learning about cellular respiration, there's no mention of endocannabinoid system. Do you think it's implicated in cellular respiration?
Do I think the endocannabinoid system is implicated? Cellular respiration implicated?
Yeah.
You know what's interesting about that is, without getting too complicated, there was actually a study just published earlier this year in a journal called Molecular and Cellular Biochemistry. It's a hardcore, probably as hardcore as it gets, as far as a medical journal or a scientific peer-reviewed journal, and it actually showed that cannabidiol promotes it's called the browning of adipocytes, which are fat cells. What's cool about that is there are two types of fat cells. There's white fat cells, essentially, and brown or tanned brown-like fat cells.
Uh-huh.
The brown fat actually behaves a lot more like muscle in that it burns calories at rest. It is very thermogenic, so it generates heat. In other animals and other mammals, it's used mostly to keep bears, for example. It keeps bears warm during hibernation in the winter, for example. So it's potentially a way to help as a therapeutic tool for weight loss or obesity. It's being explored, at least, this whole brown fat connection.
Sure.
How can we increase the brown fat?
Yeah.
And what's interesting is cannabidiol, hence something that can influence the endocannabinoid system, has been implicated in being able to affect the amount of mitochondria. So literally the organelles that are responsible for oxidative phosphorylation and cellular respiration. It can actually increase the number of mitochondria in these brown fat cells, hence making people more efficient, or making animals more efficient at burning fat for fuel. So that's, I guess, an indirect way of saying yes. It seems like there's evidence to suggest that it certainly affects cellular respiration.
Well, if it
definitely affects metabolism.
If it's connected to mitochondria, then it's implicated with cellular respiration, because I mean, that goes without saying. Then that's interesting, because when you're talking about glycolysis and Krebs cycle, electron transport system, those parts that make up cellular respiration. As I was looking at that, I was wondering. I said, "Geez, I wonder how or from what ways endocannabinoid system," because there's no hint of that anywhere in the literature.
And even this, like, you have to really do some digging and peel many layers back before you get
to it.
Before you see the link, if you will. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it's there. The link is there.
It's interesting. And just explain to the listener and the viewer in a word what cellular respiration is and how it's connected to energy. Just explain that, get what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, basically cellular respiration is the way in which all the cells in our bodies are able to utilize oxygen in order to essentially pull all the energy out of everything that we eat, whether it be carbohydrates, fats, amino acids, proteins, anything that we're going to use to generate ATP or energy. Cellular respiration is at the very core. It's what allows us to walk around, and you can be fasting for 3 days to a week and continue to use fat for fuel. Cellular respiration is critical for that.
So that's why I said probably biologically speaking, probably the most critical system because it's all about the energy. No ATP,
Absolutely.
ATP, you die.
Yeah, real simple. Yeah, energy currency. You can't pay for anything. You can't pay for life without ATP. So
Exactly.
You need ATP to pay for life.
It's the energy currency of the body. So I'm just saying. So you can buy cannabidiol oil, hemp derived, from in a health store now, and CV Sciences is great company. And please share with the listener and the viewer of the show why CV Sciences is so good at this.
Yeah, I think there are a few key reasons that I'm happy to be working with CV Sciences and consulting them. One is the fact that they have full traceability, which in this day and age, many of your listeners have probably heard a lot of the criticism of the dietary supplement industry. And so that's something that CV Sciences has taken head on. They have a seed to shelf program where they are responsible for having full control of everything from harvest, using EU certified hemp seeds, all the way to, they have exclusive contracts with co-ops of local farmers in Europe, all the way through extraction on site with European ISO certified facilities where they do these really clean, high-level CO2 extraction without using harsh solvents or compounds. Then they import this CO2 extracted oil directly into CV Sciences laboratories. They test every batch for cannabinoid content.
And we'll be right back, and he'll continue.
Everyone's raving about the newest botanical superstar hitting the store shelves nationwide. Hemp-derived cannabidiol, or CBD, has been receiving a lot of attention for its tremendous promise on human health. Plus, CBD Oil by CV Sciences is the trusted brand setting the standards in this newly emerging category of plant-based extracts, offering a variety of hemp-derived CBD oil products that you can count on. In order to make the highest quality CBD oil products available, it is important to manage every step of the supply chain process, from seed to shelf. That's why, from harvesting our EU-certified hemp seeds, to laboratory testing for quality and safety, to producing our exceptional line of products, we are committed to going the extra mile. It is our commitment to you. Join the CBD evolution. Ask your local natural health retailer about Plus CBD oil products by CV Sciences today. Follow us on Facebook and learn more at pluscbdoil.com.
Did you know that when it comes to supporting whole body health, there's an herbal supplement that may be as important as your daily multivitamin? Discover Zyflamend Whole Body from New Chapter, formulated to support a whole body healthy inflammation response, an ongoing natural process and part of the body doing its job. We often think of the inflammation response as something we can feel, such as where there are sensitive nerve endings. But did you know that we can also have an inflammation response we can't feel? And whether we are aware of it or not, our inflammation response can affect the whole body. Zyflamend is a patented blend of 10 remarkable herbs, including pure and potent turmeric, that help balance and support your body's natural, healthy inflammation response for overall health and wellness. And it's clinically tested. Discover the premier herbal supplement for whole body health from New Chapter, Zyflamend Whole Body. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Available at your local fine health food store.
Still looking for your fountain of youth? It's Zinnia. Look no further than the beauty aisle of your favorite health and nutrition store. Zinnia is the newest product from Form Essentials, the brand that brought you solace. So you know it's filled with the highest quality ingredients. Many cosmetic products only treat topically, while Zinnia addresses aging and hair loss from within. Formulated to support the growth of radiant hair, skin, and nails, Zinnia is sure to help you turn back the hands of time and assist you in aging gracefully. Zinnia provides a spectrum of key vitamins and other evidence-based natural ingredients such as alpha-lipoic acid, biotin, and collagen and elastin peptides, all combined in one capsule for your convenience. By promoting beauty from the inside out, you're strengthening your cells and creating a lasting enhancement to your natural beauty. Zinnia fits into your daily routine and can be taken to boost your current cosmetic products. Available now at leading health and nutrition stores. Ask for Zinnia by name. Start taking Zinnia hair, skin, and nails today and get ready to look amazing.
Are you waking up each day to the life you have to live or to the life you want to live? Better health shouldn't be left to chance. Smart choices to living longer and stronger include making Kyolic aged garlic extract a part of your daily routine. For years, medical researchers have recommended adding Kyolic to the diet as a powerful tool to enhancing overall heart and immune health. Recent clinical studies at UCLA Medical Center using Kyolic suggest that garlic may slow plaque formation in the arteries and support healthy cholesterol and homocysteine levels. Previous research also shows Kyolic may enhance your immune system defenses. Kyolic is organic, odorless, and the only antioxidant garlic supplement available worldwide. Maintaining a healthier you could extend your life. Your wellness begins with Kyolic aged garlic extract, available everywhere fine nutritional supplements are sold. Visit kyolic.com, that's KYOLIC.com, or call 1-800-421-2998 for a free sample today.
Exclusively from Natural Factors.
I'm Dr. Michael Murray. I'm very excited to have the opportunity to talk with you about PGX, a truly revolutionary natural product that works perfectly to help get at the core issues that make weight loss so difficult. PGX is a clinically proven way to help people to achieve their ideal body weight that is safe and natural. PGX leads to a dramatic reduction in the glycemic index of any food or meal. It also ultimately causes the release of compounds that achieve two important goals in weight loss. One, telling your brain that you're satisfied so you eat less, and two, improving the action of the hormone insulin. If you've ever tried to lose weight and failed, it's not your fault. You just need the tremendous support that PGX can provide. For more information on making your weight loss dream a near effortless reality, please go to pgx.com.
Let's Talk Nutrition is brought to you by Alga Life, Algae for Life, CV Sciences, From Seed to Shelf, New Chapter, The Benefit of Nature's Wisdom, Yerba Prima, Pioneers in Internal Cleansing, Form Essentials, makers of the sleep aid Solace. Now introducing Zinnia for healthy hair, skin, and nails. Let's Talk Nutrition on the web at letstalknutrition.com. We're back from the break, so let's rejoin Dr. Michael Garko.
Here's the LTN health question of the day. Earlier in the show, I was talking about weight loss diets. And, you know, I'm not a fan. I don't think that they really work in the long run, as I was mentioning. And there was a study that came out talking about some of the things, some strategies that work and strategies that don't work with trying to get people to eat in a healthier way when they're trying to lose weight. Here's the question. What did the study show? Did they show that the strategy of having people focus on eating healthy foods that they enjoyed was more effective in losing and getting them to manage their diet and lose weight? Or was the strategy of teaching them how to avoid those foods that they like to eat but that were unhealthy? Which one of those two strategies was most effective? One, A, the strategy of having people focus on healthy foods they like to eat, or B, focusing on foods that were unhealthy to avoid eating foods that were unhealthy that they really like to eat. So which one of those two strategies? Focus on eating healthy foods they enjoy or avoid foods that they like to eat but are not healthy? 877-897-8255. One of those two strategies is typically more successful. Should you try to get people to eat healthy foods they enjoy, or should you teach them how to avoid the things that are unhealthy but yet they like to eat? Which one do you think of those two things worked? Right answer, $25 gift card. Dr. Lopez, welcome back. Speaking of weight loss, do you think that CBD oil has any merit in that arena?
I believe it does. While we don't have any hard human randomized clinical trial evidence yet, and I say yet, I believe it will be forthcoming. There's been a ton of empirical evidence from users that have described improvements in appetite regulation, appetite signaling, and what appears to them to be an opportunity to have the body be a more effective calorie burner by partitioning nutrients and calories toward lean muscle mass and lean body mass versus fat mass. And then when you go back for clues in the science, there's plenty of rationale there to suggest that, you know what, I think, where there's smoke, there's fire here in this particular case, and there's good reason to suggest that it will work in when we test and look to answer that question and the hypothesis in a human clinical study.
Anecdotally, there are people who report starting to take the supplement, the CBD oil derived from hemp, and losing visceral fat. That's anecdotal. I know a couple of people that have. I saw it with my own eyes. Okay, that's anecdotal. There's nothing scientific about that.
Correct.
They didn't change anything else. They continued to eat the same horrible diet. They continued to didn't exercise. They didn't go to church. They didn't go to confession. They didn't do anything else different. They just started taking the supplement, and they started losing visceral fat.
Right. And when you combine those anecdotal reports with the science that's already established, again, preclinical science in animal models and cells and in vitro, et cetera, and when you understand how the cannabinoid system also still influences metabolism, the gut microbiome, healthy sleep habits, all these things that influence the metabolism and weight gain, then you can see how there's a connection there. So, yeah.
So here's the health question of the day. You can get this. Guess which strategy is more effective in getting people to lose weight or to have a healthier weight loss diet. One, teach them to choose foods that they like to eat, healthy foods that they like to eat, include those in the diet, or should teach them how to avoid the unhealthy foods that they like to eat. Which one of those two strategies seems to be more effective? Getting people to include or put into their diet foods that they like to eat that are healthy, or teach them how to avoid the foods that are unhealthy that they like to eat. 877-897-8255, 877-897-TALK. Let's see, try to give you a hint. Sometimes trying to get people to do things they don't want to do, not a good idea. There's a hint. There's a hint. So how you been these days anyhow?
I've been doing great. I've been super busy, which is awesome. That's exactly how I love it. So things have been great. Clinical research is going well. Nutravigilance or adverse event reporting is going well. We're trying to keep the industry ahead of the curve.
Okay.
Things are going great.
So Dr. Lopez has a research firm. You do clinical trials for companies and institutions, right?
That's correct. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do. Yes, we're currently wrapping up actually 2 weight loss studies, an exercise performance study as well as 2 studies on some new kind of protein-related formulations that are going to try to support lean muscle mass.
Mm-hmm. So when people tell you that, that natural products industry, they're not interested in science, don't believe them. You got
No, absolutely. I mean, the science is the foundation. It really is the foundation for the industry as well.
Absolutely. Let's go to Tampa, Florida. Sue, which is the better strategy? Teach people how to, have them select healthy foods that they like to eat, include those in the diet, or teach them how to avoid the things that they like to eat but they shouldn't eat?
Have them select the proper foods and avoid the bad things, because they have to be willing to not eat the things that they want.
Yeah. Well,
in order for it to be successful.
I'm gonna give you the gift card. The most effective strategy is have them select healthy foods that they like to eat. That single strategy. Focus on that rather than trying to teach them how to avoid the things that they don't like to eat. That doesn't seem to work. But you can still win the $25 gift card. Thank you for calling. Thank you for participating, Sue.
Thank you. That's so kind. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Dr. Lopez, always appreciate you. And CV Sciences, CBD oil, health stores, take it because your health is your wealth.